Hello people! This video today is on how I cover up my acne breakouts without using a single drop of foundation, and just how to cover them up, I guess, without really putting too much product on and stuff like that. I really hope you guys enjoy the video. Again, I'm not a makeup artist or anything special. This is just how I do it, and it might help you too. But if you guys like the video, please like and subscribe. It would mean everything to me. Also, check out my Patreon down below if you can do so. Please don't feel like you have to. But again, massive thank you if you do. A massive thank you to everybody that supports my Patreon. You guys are supporting my dream to become someone that can do this all full time. It would be a dream, I tell you. It really would. Anyway, besides the point, I hope you guys really like the video, and let's get into it. Now for the actual foundation routine. Now, I don't wear foundation on a daily basis. I don't wear foundation every time I wear makeup. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't wear foundation often at all. I can't be bothered. I like foundation for like special occasions, so I don't want to waste it all that much. And sometimes I just feel like my skin just doesn't need it, and that's okay, it happens. So what I do is, if I do really want to wear foundation, if I'm going out and my skin's being a pain, or just in general, I will use this one from Revolution. It's the Conceal and Define one. It's really good. You can mix it with moisturizer to make it less full coverage, and blend it out to be like kind of more light to medium. But it is a really nice foundation. It's very easily buildable, and I really like it. I've had it for ages. If you want, like, I don't know, a more higher end one, the Tarte one is really good. The Tarte Shape Tape is really good. This is more light coverage, so this is really good for everyday wear, and it's hydrating, which sometimes I need more than anything. But honestly, for day to day, I use this from Steel, and my mum actually gave this to me, I think. It's a CC cream. I love this stuff. It honestly, like, it just smooths out my skin and evens it out. It doesn't really provide any coverage. It really just evens out my redness, evens out my skin tone, which is what I want. I don't always want to look like I'm perfect, because I'm not, and I kind of like some of my imperfections to show through sometimes. So this is perfect for that. This is so good for day to day, or on days where your skin's looking sluggish and you just want to perk it up a bit, if you know what I mean. This is so good, honestly. Give it a go. Give it a go. As for concealers, I recently got this bad boy. It is the Body Shop Matte Clay Full Coverage Concealer. This has got tea tree oil in it, I believe. It's so good for spots. I use this religiously. I've not even used that much. I feel like I've barely used it. You can see it. But it is really good. It has a nice, it's more buildable. It's quite good. I like using it on my spots because I do think that it does help them heal quicker when I put this on them. Or I don't know, maybe that's placebo. I don't actually know if it does that. But it is a really good concealer, and it's affordable. I got this at the outlet shop for like £5.50, so it's not expensive. It's not an expensive concealer. If you can get it, get it. It's really good for acne, and I couldn't recommend this enough to anybody. If you're just looking for like a regular concealer, this is really good, especially if, I don't know, if you're like a makeup artist and you're looking for or like a starting out makeup artist, and you're looking for like a concealer palette. This one, my boyfriend actually got me a while ago for Revolution. It's kind of messy and gross. Sorry, not sorry. Revolution Pro Conceal Kit. I've used mine a fair bit. Doesn't look like it, but I have. It's just a really good little kit to have. I use this for under eyes, for contour, if I'm doing makeup on other people. It's great. Honestly, this is a really good investment, and it's probably one. It's not even an investment, really. It's cheap. Like, I'm not gonna be honest. It's cheap. It's just really good to have, and I like Revolution too, so that's a bonus. And then as for powder as well, I really like this one from Revolution. It's so good, and it smells like vanilla. I don't know if it's a good thing for a powder to smell like vanilla, but I like it, so I'm not complaining. This is the translucent baking powder from Revolution. The I Heart Revolution. I really like it. It's really good. It's really good for setting under your eyes, and then sometimes I just give like a light dusting in my T-zone because I don't always want to set everywhere. Because I don't want to always. Sometimes I feel like if I set everything, I look a little crusty. And I'm a little crusty. You feel me? I'm actually going to do my makeup. So, I'm going to show you guys my Acne Prone foundation routine. I don't even know if that's right or not, but we're going to go with it. Just deal with it. I don't wear foundation when I have spots because I can't be bothered, and it probably isn't doing anything good for my skin. I'm not going to lie. So, the Sealer CC cream, like I mentioned before. Squeeze a little bit out. I use a fair bit, but that's because I have like redness and stuff, and I don't know, I kind of just like rub it in like a moisturizer. I don't know if this is right or not, but that's what I do. I rub this in like a moisturizer. It probably isn't right. Someone's probably gonna be like, Emily, you're stupid. I don't know, this is how I like to do it, so this is how I'm gonna do it. As you guys can see, it just evens out like my redness a little bit. It doesn't even do that much, that's the thing. Like, it just really does just even out my redness. I'm gonna pop a little extra on my spot because I don't like him and I don't like these ones. So that's that. But I use my fingers for that. If I'm going to put foundation on, I will more than often than not use this brush here. It's from e.l.f. It's pretty crusty, pretty old, but it's a good brush. I'm not getting rid of it. It's done me good, okay? So yeah, that's that. What I'm going to do now is go in and conceal everything. I'm going to use the pot concealer from Body Shop, like I did mention. For a brush, I will recommend either using like a more like tapery type thing, like this bad boy, so you can like pinpoint, or a stipple brush, a stipply baby. They're really good. So what I'm going to do is take some of this on the tip, just on the tip of the brush, just like that. And just kind of like colour over it. And leave it. Not blend it out, just colour over it. Just colour over them. I'm not blending, I'm literally just colouring with the tip. Also, big shout out to Rebecca Banks, who did my makeup a few times when I was modelling. I learnt this from you. I learnt this from watching you do my makeup whilst I was sitting in the makeup chair. Just thought I'd let you know. I still remember that all these years on. Rebecca Banks is a big famous makeup artist in New Zealand that did my makeup when I used to model for 3 Hairdressing. And I learnt a lot off her when I was like sitting in the makeup chair. And she would do my makeup for me, so massive shout out to Rebecca. You're probably not going to see this, but I will. So I've just done that. I'm going to leave it for a bit. And I'm going to go in with the palette, or the Pro palette that I mentioned as well. I'm going to use my finger, just because it warms it up a little bit better, and take the shade, it's more pinky, and just stamp it into my eyes. Again, I'm not blending straight away, I'm just stamping. Stamp it in there because that acts as more of a colour corrector than anything, and then we're just going to go in with this and just kind of like almost just stipple away and like buff away the edges. I don't like it to look like I have a lot of makeup on, so not all the time anyway, especially not when I'm trying to do stuff on social media. It's not my thing. And then what I'm going to do is just use this one. I'm going to warm it up with my finger first, and then just kind of place it like directly on top, and then again, but up here as well. I learned this from watching TikToks. I don't even know if it's right or not. Someone correct me. Like that. And then I'm just going to kind of stipple it out. Like that. I can hear the geese laughing. How cute. And as you guys can see, it doesn't look that bad. It looks pretty natural. Stipple, stipple, stipple away those harsh lines. And what I'm going to do now is take that same shade on that stipple brush and just stipple over the tea tree concealer that we put down. And feather out the edges, because then it's like boom, like, I'm sorry. Blemishes who? We don't know her. It's great. See, I mean, you can still kind of tell, you can still really tell, but just feather out the edges until she's blended. This one's going to be hard to cover because it's a friggin' mountain, but for these ones here, they're a lot easier to cover. This one here I'm going to have to build up, but that's because it's in Mount Everest, and Mount Everest aren't easy to cover. But that's okay, because we all have spots, so, or I get spots anyway. I'm going to take this powder from Revolution, the baking one, and I'm going to take a tapered brush. You don't have to take a tapered brush. I prefer a tapered brush because I get more control with it, with where I'm putting it. So I'm just going to like tap it. And I'm tapping. I'm not like stroking, like brushing. I'm tapping it in because I want it to set the product. And then again, just tapping. You don't need a lot of powder, I find that you only need a little bit. But you just want to set it and tap it. You don't need to do anything else. You're not trying to bake it, you're just setting it. And again, just like that. Just gonna go around my nose because I put some there as well. For my under eyes, it's a bit of a different story. I kind of get really bad creasing and find that I have a lot of like mascara transfer and stuff down under my under eyes because I get really oily. So I'm going to take the powder, just a little bit on sponge, and just push it in. Do the baking technique. I was doing this when I was like 15. And it's never let me down if I do it right. Sometimes I do it in a rush and it just ends up looking like poop. But then we learn, don't bake in a rush. Or don't, this is kind of like half baking because there isn't really any excess powder. You literally are just like pushing into the skin and making sure it stays put. And it also brightens, so that's a bonus. So I have to keep looking this way, it's because my mirror is there. But there you go. And as you guys can see, it's set. I pretty much corrected my skin without using foundation. And yeah. All ready to go for any of the makeup looks that I want to put on top of it. If I want to put foundation on top, if I don't, if I want to do some art on top, if I don't, or if I just want to go to the supermarket without people, without, I don't know, and just, it works, it works. It works for me and it has worked for me for a while, so there you go. If you guys have enjoyed this video, remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to me. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Leave any video suggestions down below, or feel free to message some video suggestions as well. I want to hear what you guys want to see. But yeah, thank you guys for watching so much. See you next week, or whenever I'm next post, because I'm going to try and post weekly. And yeah, bye.